Hello guys, sorry for the cough. Hello guys, welcome back to another video made by me, Rocky Boy Channel. So, last part in What If Naruto was OP and neglected. I'm pretty sure it was part 9. I forgot to put the number and I probably won't until today. Well, until the time you're going to be seeing this video. This video is pretty much pre-recorded, so yeah. Alright. Last time we left off when so 5 coffins popped out of the ground. Well, popped out of the roof through a summoning technique that through Ito Tensei from Orochimaru. So back to Naruto's situation. Oh, by the way, AD or A.D or add. I don't know how to adjust your name, and I'll just say it like that. Yes, for What If Naruto was Kaguya's son, I already made the plot, but I won't be doing it until maybe like Christmas Eve. I'll be doing 2 videos on Christmas Eve. Well, I'll try my best to do 2 videos. Alright. Well, I'll record 2 videos, but only post 1. I will post another video on Christmas Day. So, Naruto just dodged another like wave of sand that came from the Shukaku. So with both Tamari and Kankuro down, Naruto placed them in his stasis scrolls. The only person left was Baki, the Jonin sensei. So Naruto ran towards Baki again. Well, sorry if the story doesn't match up from last time. I didn't rewatch the part, okay? Sorry. Baki raised his arms briefly, barely blocking a swift kick from Naruto that went in an arc straight down. The ground cracked. Well, the sand around Shukaku. Well, the sand around them bent down, and Baki was completely enveloped with sand and reappeared behind Naruto. Since the Shukaku / Bagara was mostly in control, was hoping with this. Naruto laid down on the floor to dodge a slash from a sword that Baki was holding. Naruto kicked his legs back while he was laying on his back on the sand, making Baki fall to the floor with his sword pointing at him. Naruto rolled out just in time as the sword grazed the sleeve of his arm. Well, his sleeve, but didn't touch the skin. Naruto pressed his knee against Baki's back and grabbed his neck, holding his neck down until he fell unconscious. To which Naruto also put him in a stasis scroll. So, Naruto was soaring towards Shukaku at full speed. Shukaku, since was in his impartial form, had no mobility. The Shukaku was shooting wind bullets at Naruto as Naruto swiftly dodged most of them, with one hitting him square in the chest, which went right through Naruto, and he dispersed into smoke. The real Naruto came up from behind the Shukaku, and threw 3 extra large shurikens, to which the sand completely enveloped the shuriken and it got absorbed into Shukaku's body. Naruto landed on Shukaku's arm and got sent flying towards his own barrier, since the Shukaku flailed his arms to shake Naruto off of him. Naruto using his clones. Sorry about the coughing, but I don't feel well. Naruto having his clones dematerialize that part of the barrier, landed into a roof. Naruto climbed out and jumped back in as the barrier was about to rematerialize. Naruto seeing what's going on up at up on another roof, needed to finish his battle with the Shukaku real quick and go help. So Naruto was running up Shukaku's chest, and Shukaku was trying to use his arms to smash Naruto and absorb him into his body, suffocating him, but he was too slow. Naruto drove his sword into Shukaku's neck, but the sword just went right into the sand, and Naruto jumped back, avoiding being smashed by sand. So, weapons don't work on him. He's just gonna absorb into his body. Naruto was doing a few hand signs and yelled, "Fire style! Fire Maelstrom!" It was an S-frame technique of Naruto's own creation. A huge storm of fire came out of Naruto's hands, even stronger than Madara's Great Fire Annihilation. Shukaku basically did the same things, except having the same shape as the fire, but using sand to complement Shukaku's lack of affinity to fire. The sand and fire clashed against each other, and sparkling and clicking sounds can be heard as shattered glass and melted sand crashed up to the floor. So basically, unlike Shukaku, Naruto can keep doing this maelstrom of fire until his chakra ran out, and Shukaku couldn't, since he needed enough sand to do it. As Shukaku ran out of sand, Shukaku put his arms up to block against the huge storm of fire. And the fire was melting part of his arms. But Naruto stopped the maelstrom since his hands were getting a bit overheated and it was really uncomfortable. Naruto threw a few shurikens at where Gaara was located, since part of the fire got through and made a semi-transparent part of Shukaku's body, to which you can see Gaara. If Gaara could be removed, then it was a victory for Naruto. But however, as Naruto was running towards Shukaku, more and more sand were being created, and Naruto didn't know from where. So Naruto looked closer towards Gaara's bracelets, and inside were storage seals. So Naruto now nodded and knew that Gaara had a huge amount of sand, and probably more than enough to completely envelop Konoha and have more to spare. But Naruto noticed that once the sand was destroyed into glass, the sand more like disappear. The sand, so like in glass, the glass reforms the sand and disappears into smoke, like a summon, except not an animal. Naruto also figured that if he doesn't do enough damage to the sand wouldn't go back, and Naruto built on this idea and made part of Shukaku's body semi-transparent, so he can so he basically located Gaara. Naruto threw a few shurikens at where Gaara was, and the shurikens landed but didn't get absorbed, since that area wasn't sand that Shukaku could use. So now he had an accurate marker of where sand could be. Naruto, from his bag, took out around triple prolonged kunai. He made it himself, and he threw it all over the place, but all towards Shukaku. Luckily, One hit Gaara's marker, and the others were all over littered all over Shukaku's sand body. Naruto was just about to teleport to his kunai, the one that was on Gaara, and until Shukaku started spinning. Well, something around Shukaku was spinning. So, Naruto wondered what's going on. Naruto turned on his Mangekyo Sharingan to try and get a better view of what's going on. He was able to see from the gaps between the sand and saw that all of his markers were getting destroyed. And Naruto bit his teeth. If Shukaku didn't do that, it would have been much, much easier to defeat Gaara. Well, Shukaku himself. When the sand stopped, all of Naruto's markers were littered all over the arena, broken to pieces or completely surrounded in sand. Shukaku had enough of this and started charging up a tailed beast ball. Careful there! Even if Shukaku is the weakest tailed beast, a Biju Bomb is a Biju Bomb and it's crazy powerful. And Naruto nodded. Naruto was about to test out a new toy that he found in the Namikaze compound. In the Namikaze compound. Well, not in the Namikaze compound, but the Uchiha compound, a secretive area underneath the meeting room. Sorry about that. I was playing with a ruler in my hand. The ball of Biju Chakra was powering up and getting larger and larger. Extremely large that most Biju wouldn't even think about using the size of that, since that thing will destroy nearly the whole village with one blast. A Biju Bomb's greatest weakness is that they can be easily absorbed or reflected back to the Biju. Shukaku launched the Biju Ball at Naruto at extremely high speeds. Naruto swiftly brought out his right hand, and a ring of smoke appeared on his wrist. And as the Biju Bomb got closer, a huge fan appeared in Naruto's hand. It was white and black with blood red tomo on the body of the fan. It wasn't the type that you can expand and contract. It was one big fan, a gumbai, and the staff was pretty long as well. Naruto, using his right hand, grabbed the hilt, and using his other hand, basically held the fan over his body, having his other hand hold the top. The Biju Bomb crashed into the fan, and Naruto was getting forced back. The pressure was so intense that Naruto was getting forced into the ground, as the ground started cracking, and Naruto's arm started bending towards himself. As Naruto was about to jump out of the way, a huge ping sound occurred, and the Biju Bomb was completely reflected towards Shukaku, which a huge explosion occurred, and the Four Flames formation seal started to expand from all of the chakra and energy that was being released from the Biju Bomb. So basically the barrier was like expanding like a balloon. It was about to pop any second now. Naruto flared more Naruto quickly made 4 more clones with twice the amount of chakra as the third Hokage, having them make a second layer of barrier. Though even this wasn't enough, and the barrier continued to expand like a balloon, but it wouldn't pop since the outer barrier will hold the inner barrier in place. all of the chakra and energy seemed to stop, and Naruto peeked over his fan. Shukaku was completely gone, and pieces of sand were falling from where Shukaku's body was before. Gaara's limp body was falling straight towards the ground, and head first. Naruto wouldn't make it in time. Naruto started running as fast as he could towards Gaara, but right before Gaara hit the floor, something weird happened. It was like time froze altogether. Naruto stopped running and looked around. Seems like he was the only one that was unaffected. Naruto grabbed the Gaara and placed him in his stasis seal, and wished for time to recontinue, and time continued again. Kurama was now extremely shocked at what happened. Naruto, did you activate your Mangekyo while you're doing that? And Naruto said, I don't recall, but... And he looked at the mirror that was created while using his Maelstrom of Fire. Naruto jumped back, seeing that he activated his Mangekyo and at the same time had frozen. Does this mean... Kurama nodded and said yes. And Naruto got scared of himself. So back to the Kage box battle. So 5 coffins appeared and opened up, smoke coming out of every single one of them. It was the first Hokage, the second Hokage, the first Hokage, the second Hokage, who else should I add? The third Raikage, the second Mizukage, no, not the second Suchi, what? Yeah, I forgot the name. Suki, basically I'm the Kage of the village of the land. The third Tisukage. I think it's like that, right? And yeah. And also I'm the third Kazekage. So the Kazekage was the Kazekage, the third Raikage, both the first and second Hokages, actually screwed the idea of having the third the Kage of the earth. Just make it pretend it's Mito. Yeah, Mito instead. Mito came out. Well, not like Naruto's sister, but like Hashirama's wife. Their features getting more prominent, and everyone could make out who they were. But their body were lifeless, and they weren't moving. But the truth is that they were just waiting for Orochimaru to give their body orders. All of them opened their eyes, and it was a pitch black eye with the pupil only remaining his color. So, the third Hokage jumped back since both the first and second Hokage were there. The third Hokage knew Ito Tensei and how it worked, but he never used it since he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't ever make a sacrifice someone to bring someone else just for a short period of time. But he knew that when someone comes back through the process of Ito Tensei, they get much weaker than they actually are when they died. Minato, careful, that's the first and second Hokage. And not to mention Hashirama's wife and the third Raikage. The third Raikage stepped out of the coffin first and started cracking his neck by doing some stretching. Well, where are we this time? And they saw that and so when the third Raikage faced the Konoha, like the Hokage mountain, and said, "Oh, Konoha, eh? Isn't this where you lived?" He asked Hashirama, who just stepped out of the coffin. Yes, I believe so. And suddenly, they were moving against their will. The Raikage yelled out, "What's going on? I can't control myself." And the second Hokage, who appeared behind both of them, said, "It's Ito Tensei, the technique I created, but I'm not using it. Who is?" And Orochimaru laughed and said, "Me, right here." And they turned towards him. "It's you," Hashirama said, and since he knew who Orochimaru was, since Hiruzen trained him up, Hiruzen was a Jonin leader before Hashirama died. So at least like Hashirama knew what the third Hokage's like students were, I guess. But before that, the third Hokage was the Hokage. So the third Hokage did a few hand signs and said, "Fire style, Phoenix Fire Jutsu," and launched several tiny fireballs towards the opponent. But they were all blocked by a barrier. The barrier was only 2D, not the 3D shaped barrier that they usually knew. They all turned towards the seal on the floor. And then they looked up, and then they knew that it was Mito. Mito was a master of the seals. Her entire combat style was based around seals. She was a genius of a genius in the Uzumaki clan. A normal Chunin in the Uzumaki clan were exceptionally skilled and had lots of chakra. And plus, they were very good of seals, but Mito seemed to top the entire clan off. Her skill of seals were the best. But little did they know that Naruto's sealing skills were actually even better than Mito's. So, the third Hokage yelled out, "Jiraiya, I think you can take on Mito. She also fights with seals," and Jiraiya nodded. The fourth Hokage said, "I'll take on the third Raikage since I am the only one that can actually match his speed." And the fourth and third Raikage was like, "Alright, guess we're gonna take on both Hashirama and Tobirama." So Jiraiya threw 5 explosive seals towards Mito, which were frozen in air by a stasis area scroll. Jiraiya jumped back to avoid a beam of light that came from another seal on Mito's hand. Jiraiya, while in mid-air, did a few hand signs and blasted fire towards Mito, for which were absorbed into a tiny barrier coming out from a seal. Jiraiya tried the great mud technique, and Mito was halfway submerged in the mud until she created a barrier around the mud, and the mud vaporized since the yellow barrier seemed to be very hot. Jiraiya landed on one of the barriers and yelled out in pain, and his skin and his clothes were already sizzling with heat. Seems like you just hit the wall of Mito's great fire barrier, Orochimaru said, and laughed. Dang it, Jiraiya thought, as he was getting pushed back by someone using only pieces of paper with ink on them and still winning. Hiruzen was hopelessly outmatched against the first Hokage, and the fourth Raikage was getting pushed back by the second Hokage. Since Tobirama could just drain A's lightning armor, since he was using water, which conducts lightning. I'm pretty sure in the Naruto universe. While the fourth Hokage and the third Raikage were scoring off pretty even. This continued on, and Jiraiya was at the verge of defeat. The third Hokage was about to die. The fourth Raikage was about to run out of chakra. And the fourth Hokage was already defeated and collapsed on the side of the roof, nearly falling off. Nearly about to roll into the barrier, which would have killed him, since the barrier was also a fire-type barrier, which would have burned Minato. The barrier around the roof was the same barrier that Naruto knew and was using against Shukaku. Naruto knew how dangerous the barrier was if you touched it from both the inside and outside. That's why he had the barrier dematerialize as he was about to crash into it. As Jiraiya was about to get killed by one of Mito's steel-enhanced kunais, Naruto crashed into the roof, sending a huge explosion, knocking all of the Edo Tensei towards one way, and the Hokage turns the other way. All of the Kages that were actually alive and not from a Edo Tensei, right, was flying towards the barrier, to which Naruto's shadow clones caught them. Alright, this is where I'll be ending the video. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the coughing. Sorry for the cringe. Yeah, alright. Bye, guys. Please like and subscribe. I love my fans. Rocket Boy channel is out. Rock it all.